You've spent thousands of dollars on dream vacations, you've taken the photos, you've posted them, and you came home feeling sort of empty. If that's you, this video is going to change everything. Well, here's the thing. In 2026, that's all changing because travel isn't about where you go anymore. It's about why you're going. I'm Jackie, and after 40 years of travel, I can tell you this shift is the most exciting thing to happen to travel in decades. It's called the Whycation. And if you're over 50, this might be the most liberating travel trend you've ever heard of. A Whycation, that's W-H-Y-cation, is a trip rooted in intentionality. You decide your motivation first. Maybe it's to recharge. Maybe it's to reconnect with your roots. Maybe it's to finally learn that skill you've been putting off for years. And then you pick where to go based on that. In 2026, your hobby, your ancestry, or your need for silence will be your travel agent. Not some algorithm, not some influencer, just you. But first, we need to talk about why everyone is breaking up with their algorithm or with AI. So here's what's happening. Travelers, especially those of us who remember what travel was like before the smartphone, are tired. We're exhausted by the polished Instagram itineraries where every moment is curated for likes. We're done with AI bots, AI meaning artificial intelligence, the tech kind, telling us where to eat based on some algorithm that doesn't even know us. There's a term for this, and it's called authenticity fatigue, and it's very real. Now, if you're over 50, you remember when travel agents actually knew your name. They knew you hated crowds. They knew you wanted the window seat. The Whycation brings that back, but this time you are in control. You're the expert on what you need. And get this, there's a brilliant campaign happening in Martin County, Florida, where they're completely rebranded the term AI. Instead of artificial intelligence, they're calling it active immersions and appetizing indulgences. It's a pushback against tech and against tech planned trips. And it's saying, come experience something real, not something a computer spit out. I love that. But here's the twist, and this really surprised me. While AI tech is out, strangers are in. According to recent surveys, 84% of travelers are now open to carpooling with people they've never met. They're turning road trips into cultural exchanges, and these are called social road trips, where the journey becomes as meaningful as the destination because you're connecting with real people. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not carpooling with a stranger. And I was thinking the same thing, and I get it. But the principle is what matters here. We're craving human connection, real conversations, real stories, not curated content. And it's not just about who you travel with, it's about what you're traveling for. All right, so this is where it gets fun. According to the Hilton 2026 Trends Report, and yes, that's a hotel chain doing some seriously good research, 72% of travelers now want to take time off specifically to explore a passion or a skill. Not just see things, but do things. They're calling these Passion-cations, and I'm really in awe and enamored with this whole concept. So let me give you some examples that are happening right now. First, there are Runations. Now, before you tune out thinking, I don't run, just hear me out, because I don't run either. Young travelers and some not so young ones are booking entire trips around rural marathons. In Australia, 50% of travelers are planning one. But if running isn't your thing, that's totally fine. The point is, they're planning trips around an activity they love. So what's your version of that? Maybe it's wine tourism. That would be mine. Imagine planning your entire trip around vineyard tours in Tuscany or Napa Valley, where you're not just tasting wine, you're learning the blending techniques from the winemaker herself or himself. That's a Whycation. Or maybe you're finally taking that landscape photography workshop in Iceland you've been dreaming about since you upgraded your camera 3 years ago. You're not just visiting Iceland, you're mastering golden hour shots of waterfalls with an actual pro photographer. Or here's one I think is sort of brilliant for our demographic group. Genealogy travel. You're tracing your family tree, and instead of doing it online, you're booking accommodations in the Irish village your grandmother left in 1910. You're walking the streets she walked. You're touching the stone walls she touched. That's not tourism. That's connection. So forget the fridge magnets. Here's where travel is getting really interesting. There's a trend called grocery tourism. Yes, really. People are visiting local markets, especially in places like Japan, to buy functional souvenirs. Things like chef's knives, specific soy sauces, fermented pastes, and they're bringing global flavors back to their home kitchens. And honestly, I did this in Budapest and bought some paprika in a local market from a local spice vendor, and every time I use it, I'm right back there in that market. The smells, the tastes, the sounds, that's what I mean by functional souvenirs, not just dust collectors. There's also something called big ticketing or gig tripping. That's when you plan an entire trip around one event. Maybe it's the 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy, and maybe it's a historic concert. Maybe it's seeing your favorite artist live. The destination is secondary. The experience is everything. The point is, people are building entire international trips around events and things that they want to experience. The event is the why, and Budapest or Tokyo or wherever is just the where. Okay, so we've talked about the why and the what. Now let's talk about the who. Families are traveling differently now, and I mean really differently. We're not just talking parents and kids anymore. We're talking 3, sometimes 4 generations on the same trip. This is called multi-generational travel. And here's why I think this matters so much for us. We want to create memories while everyone is still around. We want our kids to know their grandparents or great-grandparents, not just through stories, but through shared experiences. I did this a few years ago with my mom, my sister, my brother-in-law, my nephews, and their kids. 3 generations. And let me tell you, my mom had a blast, we had a blast, kids had a blast, and there's nothing like everyone being together and experiencing it all at the same time. That memory is worth more than any souvenir. Now there's another term I want you to know, Inheritorism. That's inherit-erism. It's when the destination isn't chosen because it's trending on social media. It's chosen because your ancestors walked those streets. You're not sightseeing, you're remembering. Maybe you're visiting Ellis Island and finding your family name in the records. Maybe you're standing in the town square in Poland where your grandfather was born. That's inheritorism. And for those of us over 50 who are starting to think about legacy and roots, this is deeply meaningful travel. And then there's the return of the good old-fashioned US road trip. Close to home, intimate, your dog in the back seat, your spouse, your partner, riding shotgun, no airports, no customs lines, no lost luggage, just open road and connection. There's something really beautiful about that simplicity. All right, so if why is the question, where are the answers? Let me show you some destinations for 2026 that match specific motivations. And yes, I'm including comfort considerations because luxury isn't always about thread count. Sometimes it's about silence. If your why is raw, unpolished nature, check out Dominica. It's called the Nature Island for a reason. It's rugged. It's the boiling lake hike where you're walking through a volcanic steam. It's not a resort island. It's for travelers who want texture, not polish. Or New Zealand's South Island. Specifically, there's Lake Tekapo, which is a UNESCO, I'm not sure I pronounced that right, but it's a UNESCO dark sky reserve. And if your why is awe, if you want to see the Milky Way like you've never seen it before, this is your destination. You can use AI to find out what UNESCO destinations are all over the world. You can use Google. You can use anything actually and gather this information and then base your trips around that. If your why is culture and deep human connection, Georgia, the country, not the state, practices what they call radical hospitality. You'll sit down to these traditional feasts called supras, where strangers become family over wine and endless toasts. I'm talking 20-course meals with meaningful rituals. Now, that's connection. Now, here's the thing. You'd think luxury in 2026 means 5-star resorts with infinity pools. It still can, but here's the twist. Luxury can also mean silence. There's even a term for it called Hushpitality. Side note, when I started researching this, I had not heard of most of these terms, and they do make me laugh every time I say them because I think they're made up words, but they have a meaning. And Hushpitality is one of them. That's Hush, pitality. It's hospitality designed around quiet. If your why is silence, meaning true peace, Kyrgyzstan offers remote yurt stays in the mountains where the only sound you'll hear is wind. Now, full transparency, yurts aren't exactly the Marriott. Sometimes discomfort is the point. Sometimes that's where the magic happens. So here's what I want you to take away from this. 2026 isn't about the postcard. It's not about checking boxes or collecting passport stamps. Not that they do that much anymore. Just to say you were there. It's about the story. It's about the texture and grit and meaning. The Whycation isn't about spending more money. It's about traveling smarter. It's about asking yourself, what do I actually need from this trip? What part of me needs to be fed? Whether you're chasing marathons, tracing ancestors, tasting wine in a centuries-old cellar, or finding silence in a yurt, you can do it with style and without breaking the bank. That's what I mean when I say pack light, travel luxe, and make no apologies. That's luxury hybrid travel to a T. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your why for 2026? Are you chasing silence? Are you learning a skill? Are you tracing your roots, or is it something else entirely? Drop it in the comments because I read every single one, and honestly, your stories inspire my content. And if you want more deep dives into the future of travel, real advice designed for real travelers who value both comfort and adventure, hit that subscribe button. I post every week, and I promise I'll never waste your time. Also, since you stayed this long, I've got a free checklist in the description below that breaks down how to plan your first Whycation, step by step. Grab that if you want to get started. All right, my friends, safe travels, and I'll see you in the next one. And YouTube thinks if you like this video, you're going to like this one too.